si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte ay nagpalabas na po ng official statement patungkol po doon sa nangyari sa House Committee on Justice. Totoo. So ngayon, para mabigyang linaw ito lahat, pakinggan po natin ang legal team ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte na nagpa-press media interview ngayon lamang. Okay. Pero bago ko ipapakita yung video na yan, no? Don't forget guys, i-like, i-share itong video na ito para makatulong na aabot sa ating mamamayang Pilipino. At mag-subscribe na rin ha sa mga bago pa lang dito para updated kayo lagi. Okay? Libre lang mag-subscribe, kaya subscribe na kayo. So ito yung balita, panoorin ninyo.
Narito ang Balitang Pinoy TV.
Okay, at ito po, pag-usapan po natin itong si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte ay nagpalabas na po ng official statement patungkol po doon sa nangyari sa House Committee on Justice kung saan ini-investigate ang SALN ni VP Sara at doon sa mga akusasyon ni Trillanes, no, na tumatanggap raw ng pera si VP Sara sa drug lord. Okay? So sinagot po ito ni VP Sara. Nag-post po siya sa kanyang Facebook page at babasahin natin at magre-react po tayo dyan. Okay? At pangalawa na ating ipapakita dito sa Donmar TV ay ngayon lang po ay nagkaroon ng press briefing o press media itong legal team ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte sa mga tanong ng media sa nangyari sa House Committee on Justice hearing. Okay? Actually, wala bang karapatan ang kamara na mag-hearing pero nag-hearing sila. Gustong pumapel yung mga kalaban ni VP Sara dyan sa House Committee on Justice. So yun po ang ating yan ang i-react natin lahat. Okay, so paki-like, paki-share at para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, subscribe na po kayo. Okay? Pakinggan po natin ang legal team ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte na nagpa-press media interview ngayon lamang. Okay, ito, panoorin po natin.
Sagutin kayo kahit generally lang dahil syempre, no, as you know, we cannot disclose fully our legal strategy. And as we said, hindi naman kami yung tipo ng mga abogado na gustong nakikipagdebate sa media.
Ito yung believe ako sa grupo ni VP Sara. Hindi kagaya ng mga congressman, konting kembot lang, magpa-press briefing kaagad. Kasi pasikat yan sa media eh. Ano yan eh, parang media exposure para sa kanila. Pero ito, mga lawyers na ito, very professional.
Would rather do this through the processes, no? And probably even in the impeachment court kung umabot doon. So yesterday, alam naman natin yung mga naging issues. It's the SALN, no? And then of course...
Actually hintayin nyo itong isang lawyer ni VP Sara, yung katabi ni Atty. Poa. Magaling rin yan. Tingnan nyo mamaya.
It's the AMLAC or AMLC report. And then all the others pa, like yung SEC, BIR, and all that. So ang main focus naman kasi, and of course the testimony of former Senator Trillanes, no? So mirapat lang namin nasagutin yon sa inyo. Although hihingi ulit ako ng paumanhin dahil nga hindi magiging madetalye yung sagot namin. One, dahil we only received the documents, no, earlier today, this morning, at sa totoo lang, we haven't had the chance or the time to really peruse over all of these documents that were given to us by the House.
Ganyan po ka bobo at garapal ang House of Representatives. Late na nilang binigay itong mga dokumentong ito. Paano yan masasagot nila ng accurate, di ba?
And secondly, as you know, our position has been firm, no? And that's why we filed a petition before the Supreme Court questioning the proceedings. And thirdly, it's because kailangan malinaw sa atin kung ano ba talaga ang sakop ng isang impeachable offense. Diba? Very clear naman po sa Sara Duterte versus House of Representatives yung huling desisyon ng ating Supreme Court ng impeachable offense only refers to offenses allegedly committed while the impeachable officer is occupying that impeachable office. So we're talking about 2022 to present. So
ang problema dito sa Kamara, sinali nila yung time na mayor pa si VP Sara. Di ba? Mga gago.
Kailangan po malinaw sa atin yon. And of course, legally, kung pwede lang, we will confine ourselves to that. But naiintindihan ko naman, no, the questions that the public may have. And that's why we are here today to try and answer all of your questions. So without further ado, perhaps we can already start, no, with the questioning.
We will start with Ms. Camille Samonte of TV5. Good afternoon po, Atty. Poa and to other lawyers. I'm Camille Samonte po from TV5. Sir, ano pong plano ng defense team kung paano nyo po dedepensahan? O I know na nag-release na po ng statement si Vice President Sara Duterte denying the accusations of former Senator Trillanes and yung mga naging findings po dun sa kanyang SALN at ng AMLAC. Pero paano nyo, sir, yung dedepensahan kung sinasabi po ng PISE na lahat ng kanyang pera, ari-arian ay idineklara sa salin niya. Pero hindi po nagtutugma doon sa findings mismo, doon sa mga dokumento na pinresenta kahapon, maging yung mga financial records and transactions po na ipinakita ng Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Opo, actually, ma'am, yung salitang hindi nagtutugma is a conclusion in itself. No? Yan yung posisyon namin. Para po sa amin, actually, wala naman pong hindi nagtutugma. Perhaps it's just the way that things were presented. Obviously, as I said, we cannot disclose how we will defend the Vice President. But yung nangyari kahapon, of course, is something we already expected as a defense team, lalong-lalo na nung alam natin na itong committee hearings, nababalitaan natin yung mga subpoenas. So, we were expecting those things, but yung gusto ko lang i-clarify, yung hindi nagtutugma, yan yung misconception na gusto natin maklarify today, no? Through responding to your question.
Imagine, binabase nila, di ba, sinabi ko yan sa inyo, binabase nila sa number of transaction sa bangko ni BP Sara. Tapos yung in and out ng pera ng bank records si BP Sara, syempre, yun, ka-transaction. Kapag may pumasok na pera, example, 500 pesos, tapos may nagpalabas ng pera, that's another 500 pesos. Yan, 1,000 pesos na kagad yan. So sinabi nila doon, ang transaction, no, tignan nyo, 20 transactions and umabot ito sa 47 million. Hindi syempre, labas-pasok yan, kinukombine ninyo. Natural yan, na merong mga transaction na i-add up yan, na labas-pasok. Yan ang perang lumabas-pasok, no? Pero hindi ibig sabihin na yan po ang i-declare na salin ni BP Sara. Kagaguhan yan.
Again, we cannot go into details on how we will defend, but syempre iba kasi. Ang point namin is yun nga eh. Iba yung pag nasa trial na tayo kasi at least doon we can test the credibility not only of the witnesses but even the documents that are being presented.
Are you saying, sir, na yung mga pinresenta, for example, yung mga allegations po na ipinakita ng mga dokumento ni former Senator Trillanes, is not credible enough kahit na nung tinanong po ito sa AMLAC ay na-confirm naman nila?
No, I'd like to correct that. No, I don't want also the former senator to also get a misimpression that I'm not saying it's not credible. What we're saying is we don't know, and we need to test the credibility of all these things. In fact, even in the Justice Committee, di ba, ang sinasabi nila, we're only here for probable cause. We're not here to test the credibility just yet. Di ba ganun din? So that is why kaya nga may trial. Kasi kung yung mga bagay na yan, credible na. So ano pa ang ba't pa tayo mag-impeachment trial, hindi ba? So kami talaga we believe that pagdating ng panahon, kung talagang ito ay matransmit sa impeachment court, we are confident that we will be able to show.
Tama itong move ng legal team ni BP Sara. Hindi nila sasagutin yan House Committee on Justice na yan. Kahit magputak pa ng magputak itong si Trillanes dyan sa House, hindi nila masasagot yan because that is not the final trial. Okay? Kung magputak sila ng magputak ang kampo ni BP Sara dyan, useless. Maghihiring pa rin doon pagdating sa Senado. So they might as well reserve their strategy. Di ba?
Na walang katotohanan yung hindi nagtutugma, no? Yung mga pinakita kahapon dun sa mismong salin. It's siguro I don't want to get into details, but I'm also not saying na kasinungalingan yung mga present kahapon. Na what I'm saying is the way it's presented, no, the way it's presented, dun tayo magkakaroon ng pagkakataluhan. Kung accurate ba yung presentation na gano'n.
Next, DJ Mendoza na 25.
Sir, I understand. Doon sa muna tayo, sir, sa may AMLAC report. Yung kahapon, namili, randomly pick ng 18 transactions, if I'm not mistaken, Then, parang tila sabi ng iba ay vindicated na si Senator Trillanes with those mga sinasabi niya ng unang pahayag before. Ano yung komento ng Vice President regarding dun sa mga naging pahayag nitong si Senator Trillanes and dun sa lumalabas sa AMLAC report?
Well, sa amin naman, we don't really want to comment on the vindicated or anything like that. Kasi ang position talaga namin, vindication will come once it's all presented in the impeachment court and we're able to cross-examine all the witnesses and to test the evidence. No? Pagdating sa AMLAC, as I've said, it's a matter of presentation kasi. No? And I think marami na rin lumalabas na post. So siguro, dadaanan ko na kahit papaano without going into the details. I think nakikita naman natin sa mga posts na the way the AMLAC numbers are presented, aggregate kasi yan. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng withdrawals mo, lahat ng deposits mo, pagdating sa inflow and outflow, pinagsama-sama. So, simplihan ko lang. Meron akong 1,000 pesos. Dineposit ko. Withdraw ko. Diba? Ang lalabas sa total transactions mo, 2,000 na. Pero actually, ang nasa banko mo, 0 na. Diba? So, ganun kasimple. No? Now, and so, kaya sinasabi namin na, again, hindi ko sinasabing maling AMLAC. I want to show due respect naman to AMLAC. But the way that AMLAC data is normally presented is that it is an aggregate of all transactions. Siguro balikan natin yung 20...
Importante yun, malaman ninyo ha, aggregate of all transactions. In-add up lahat ang labas-pasok ng pera.
17, di ba nagkaroon ng issue na dyan noon? At in fact, AMLAC issued an official statement saying na hindi accurate yung accounts in terms of account balances or what is actually inside the bank account of a person kasi aggregate yung ginagawang number. So lahat ng inflows dyan, lahat ng outflows dyan, ina-add up lang. Kaya may tendency talaga na maging bloated. No? Yung
Inflows and outflows. Meaning to say, in, ang pagpasok ng pera, outflows yung paglabas ng pera. In-add up lahat.
figures. Kahapon rin may napag-usapan na edi inet na lang natin, 'di ba? Outflows, inflows minus outflows or outflows minus inflows net. So yun pa rin yun. Nakikita ko yung point nun, no? And with due respect dun sa mga nag-raise, nakikita ko yung point. But our point naman is, kung bloated na yung outflow mo, tsaka bloated na yung inflow mo, edi bloated din yung net, di ba? So dun lang kami pinanggagalingan. Again, I don't want to go into the details na, but para lang maintindihan ng taong bayan, na ganun kasi the way it's presented. Ina-add lahat ng deposits, ina-add lahat ng pumasok bali sa account mo, ina-add lahat ng lumabas. But it is not determinative or conclusive as to magkano ba talaga yung nasa loob ng account. And we are talking about transactions that span over 18 years, if I'm not mistaken. Over 18 years.
Hindi pa presidente si BP Sara? 18 years? Di ba? Itong mga taga-House of Committee on Justice, mga ano talaga chismoso. Kung magpakitaan tayo ng bangko, mas marami pang anomalya yung mga gago na yan eh.
So, yun ang magiging, talagang para sa amin, it's bloated talaga ang number.
Sir, dapat bang pag-usapan pa sa impeachment yung SALN ni VP Sara nung mga panahon na Vice Mayor and Mayor siya?
Of course, para sa amin hindi. No? Because obviously, ano ba ang purpose ng impeachment? Di ba ang basis ng impeachment is meron tayong impeachable offenses. Ang impeachable offenses ay offenses, again, committed while the impeachable officer is in office as an impeachable officer. So, ibig sabihin nun, dun lang sa time na vice-presidente siya. So, yung mga may 2005 pa ba? 2006, 2007, na hindi naman siya impeachable officer, hindi na yan saklaw ng impeachment proceedings.
Next is MJ Salcedo of Inquirer.
Attorney, VP Sara just released a statement po earlier denying the allegations about the billions in bank accounts also hitting COA and AMLAC. Does the Vice President plan to say her latest statement in front of the House Committee on Justice? Will she ever attend the House Committee on Justice hearing on her?
Hindi talaga yan a-attend. Wala namang it's not relevant on the impeachment proceedings kapag pupunta si BP Sara dyan sa Kamara. Useless yan.
Impeachment.
Again, her attendance or should I say non-attendance is based on the position of the defense, no, regarding the jurisdiction or the lack thereof in terms of the type or the nature of proceedings that are being conducted. So, pagdating naman dyan, I think kaya nga sinapubliko na lang niya yung statement niya. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nito na ayaw rumisponde o sumagot ng ating Vice Presidente sa paratang. Parati namin sinasabi, alam ko medyo gasgas na siguro sa tenga natin yung appropriate forum. Pero naniniwala naman kasi talaga kami na kung talagang aakyat ito sa Senate impeachment, makikita nyo yung sagot ng defense sa lahat ng paratang na ito.
Bella Carriazo of the Philippine Star.
Good afternoon po. Earlier, nag-interview si Congresswoman Leila De Lima and ang sabi niya, yung 6.7 billion na dinisclose ng AMLAC, pwede daw mag-constitute as ill-gotten wealth kay Vice President. Ano po yung reaction niya dito?
Well, I respect Congresswoman De Lima, former Senator De Lima, and she's entitled to her opinion. No? Sa amin naman, ang plano lang namin is to show why those numbers are actually inaccurate.
And second question.
And si Attorney Sheila would like to also add on to that.
Just in addition to what Mike had already said, I think what's important for us to understand at this point is that a mere presentation of supposed evidence before a committee that is not authorized to conduct trial does not really amount to proof. And the reason for that is really simple. It's because every evidence, whether it's something that you present in an ordinary case or in this case in an impeachment proceeding, must still survive scrutiny. And when does that happen? When does scrutiny happen? It happens only in a proper trial before a tribunal or a body that has jurisdiction to conduct trial. And
diba? Sa pool sila dyan sa sagot ni Attorney Sheila, walang jurisdiction ang House Committee on Justice to conduct a trial like that. Diba? So kung gusto nyo ng scrutiny, doon sa Senate, kasi dyan yan ang nakasaad sa konstitusyon natin, doon.
that is something that the defense has been very clear from the very start. The reason why we had already stated that we will not be able to participate in a proceeding that we think is unconstitutional and goes beyond the powers that have clearly been identified by the Constitution to belong not in the House of Representatives or any of its committees,
Correct.
but in the Senate alone.
Second question po. Sabi kanina din ni Congresswoman Luistro, April 29, ang papatawag nila yung NBI chief si Matibag. And then nasabi niya, yun na lang ang last hearing para magbotohan para dun sa impeachment ni VP. So, ine-expect niyo po ba na aakyat na ito sa Senate at may numbers ang mga nagsusulong dito? And considering po na wala po PRO kayo na nakuha sa Supreme Court. Thank you.
Opo, medyo marami po yung tanong, no? But first and foremost, I don't want to preempt the vote of the Committee on Justice pagdating sa finding of probable cause na gagawin nilang botohan. Secondly, I also don't want to preempt the House itself. Diba? Bigyan naman natin ng respeto yung House. Tingnan na lang natin. Pero ang defense team, ready kami sa kung ano man mangyari. Like we've been saying, no, last year, we have been preparing for trial na dahil kahit nag-file tayo ng petition sa Supreme Court, hindi din naman natin alam kung ano yung magiging desisyon nun. So we were preparing. And until today, we are still preparing. So, ano na lang po,
Last year pa silang nakaprepare dito because they are very confident na wala talagang ginagawang masama ang Vice President. Di pa nga natin alam kung ibabasura na naman itong impeachment na ito.
tayo, no, I don't want to preempt, I don't want to speculate kung may boto man o walang House. I think it's best directed to the House members themselves. Pero kami, we're just ready for any eventuality.
Next is Red Mendoza from Manila Times.
Hi po, good afternoon po, attorneys. Meron of course nagsabi po my first question is nagsabi po si Congressman Benny Abante kahapon sa hearing kahapon na the only way for the Vice President to answer the allegations is to face the impeachment court. I mean,
Maniwala ka naman dyan kay Abante, hindi man yan abogado si Abante. Ito namang reporter na ito. Bakit kayo nagpapaniwala dyan kay Abante?
the Committee on Justice hearing. I mean, nagmamakawa pa nga siya na dapat daw pumunta raw si VP sa hearing para ma-hear yung side niya. And there's also a recent interview by former Corona Defense Counsel Judge Roy
Tingnan nyo yung mukha ni Atty. Powa. Natawa na lang siya kay Abante.
na sinabi niya na ang pagpunta daw ni VP sa Committee on Justice is the strategic way for her to defend herself. What's your thought on those comments po?
Well, as to yung strategic way or not, I think our position has been very clear. It's about jurisdiction to conduct the proceedings that we feel are already bordering on trial, no? If not trial itself. So yun naman talaga yun. It wasn't really anything strategic. It was really something we had to file based as lawyers doon sa nakikita naming developments. Ngayon, pagdating naman po doon sa pagsagot, like Attorney Sheila said, scrutiny can only be had when we are also allowed to test the evidence, present our side, and that will be the impeachment court in the Senate.
Dagdag ko lang, no? While I respect the opinion of Representative Abante, I think he also knows, I'm certain that he is aware na ang tamang venue o ang tamang panahon para mag-conduct ng trial o para sagutin at magbigay kami ng ebidensya ang Vice Presidente ay hindi sa Committee on Justice. Ito ay before the
Grabe, no? Ang mga lawyers ni VP Sara, kalmado, no? Hindi mo makikita ng insecurities doon sa House, no? Hindi nga nila sinasaktan ng pananalita ito mga congressman eh.
impeachment court. Ibig sabihin sa Senado. Hindi naman ito I think this is something important that we all need to understand. Hindi maaari na sinasabi lang natin, dapat dito kayo sa komite, dito kayo sa komite. Kasi kailangan lang natin basahin ang konstitusyon. Sino ba ang impeachment court? Ito ba ang Committee on Justice? Hindi.
Tama.
Ito ba ang House of Representatives? Hindi rin. So sino? According to the Constitution, ang impeachment court, if that even will be constituted, ay ang Senado. So,
Malinaw yon. Ang linaw ng explanation, ha?
ang ibig kong sabihin, the defense and the Vice President are ready to respond in detail, again, before the proper forum, and during a fair trial.
Last na lang po on my end. Ito po, naungkat din po ito dun sa hearings yung sinasabing return o pagpapabalik ng mga sinasabing confidential funds na according to sa Commission Auditor. But what's your take po doon? I mean, ano pong reaction po ng defense team sa paglalabas ng mga dokumento na ito regarding sa confidential funds? That's for me.
Thank you, Red. I think you're referring to the decision of the Commission proper. I'll be very candid. Nandun ako sa hearing na yun di ba? Kung napapansin nyo, sumisilip nga ako sa phone ni Attorney Camora. Kasi nagulat ako, the Office of the Vice President or the persons that are accountable, supposed allegedly doon sa ND, hindi pa sila naservan ng copy ng ND bago in-announce yung decision na yon. In fact, hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin kaming natatanggap. Ang natatanggap pa lang namin ay syempre yung galing sa House na binibigay nila sa amin. Pero yung mismong from COA itself, and I keep on checking with the accountable officers named in that decision kung nakuha na nila.
Ito na nga mga kabalita. Ano na ang masasabi nyo patungkol sa balitang ito? Please comment down below mga kabalita. Pag-usapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung di ka pa nakasubscribe sa ating channel, baka naman